in Baker here, I talked to both Tom and Patty Hyman and Dr. Woodruff, and they were very welcoming, saying that anyone can really do theater. If you've never had any experience in it before, but you want to try it, come on out. If you are a trained professional, come on out.
People in my graduating class and people, just freshmen this year, we saw them, in the cafeteria or something and thought they needed something to do, and so we drug them to auditions, and they kind of got into it and got cast in the shows, and now, people in my class have starred in shows before and are able to be that leader, and we have rising stars who never even did theater in high school. They went to the shows but didn't act, and it's just that one time and just blossom really easily.
We'll incorporate, for an average show, we'll have 40 names in the program of students that have worked on the show. Everything from handing out programs, hanging up posters, to painting scenery, to building trees for a show, to acting in it, running spotlight, focusing lights, all of that sort of thing.
Coming to Baker, being such a small school, as freshmen, the second you walk through the door, there's an opportunity waiting for you. I was cast as a leading role, and even then, if I wasn't cast, I was doing design positions as a freshman, which is something that is really tough to get at bigger schools.
We're an education institution, so I have had people walk in the door that have said, how am I supposed to get involved in this professional program? And I said, pick up a hammer. Just come in and sew the hem on a curtain for us. Just start something. And small parts are so important to a show that we actually have some competitive people that come specifically to be small parts in the shows. And we love small parts in the show because those are the things that add texture to it, to make it consistent, to make it a whole environment for a play. The fact that the producing faculty have all had professional experience. I designed summer stock in West Virginia and in Louisiana. My wife has done professional stage management. We've got a professional acting teacher, who's professional in Kansas City. So that's very strong in that aspect.
When we all show up, even though it's a lot of fun, even though it's very welcoming and we all have a good time, there definitely is this air of professionalism. This is almost like a job. You sign a contract, you say this is what I'm going to devote, these are my expectations, you're given a schedule, and that helps keep everyone in check and everyone in line and in balance. But that being said, everyone remembers this is also a college theater, so you can still play sports, you can still take a good load of class hours, and the faculty and coaches understand they're my athlete, they're also in theater, so we'll give and take.
We've instituted a policy here that's not very common. We have it in writing that no student will rehearse more than 3 hours a night until we get to tech weeks and the last week of the show where things happen. But during the normal rehearsal process, no one will rehearse more than 3 hours a night, and we won't go past 10 o'clock at night in rehearsals.
And not only was my non-theater major, I was also an athlete for a couple of years here at Baker, and I was able to play sports and have a starting position on the sports team, play baseball, as well as have a leading role in a play. And the coach and director would communicate and talk and give and take, and that allowed me to pursue two of my passions to the best of my abilities.
Well, the faculty is really good. They themselves are busy, and so I think that helps a lot with the college students who are busy. And so they're always willing, when you audition for a show, we found a thing that's called a conflict calendar, and so I put down okay, well, I work Friday and Saturday nights and I have meetings Wednesday nights, and so they build the rehearsal schedules around that, and even, they'll take into consideration, be like, well, Carrie, I'm sorry, we have to have rehearsal this Friday, but I understand you can't be there, so it's okay, we'll meet some other time. They look out for what's best for the production, definitely, but they want you to succeed as a student and as a lover of theater and all that stuff too.
I hate to use the word competitive in the terms of art, but our standards are as good as anybody's. We participate in the Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival on a regional basis. We have people come from off campus, from other universities, come in and look at our shows. Have them come in and look at our shows, and then evaluate us for whether or not we should have acting awards and tech awards and that sort of stuff. In the past few years, past 5 years, we've had 4 commendations for technical achievement. We've had our actors go and compete at the regional festival with 300 out of 300 and some odd students competing at the festival. Our students made the cut to 65. We've made, one student has made it each of the last 3 years down to that. So we're competing against graduate schools and against huge programs that are very well funded, and we're doing as well as anybody in that competition. So we're real pleased with that.
My theater experience has definitely been enriched here at school, and as the more I've been involved, the more I want to be involved. So it's not like I do a show and then I'm like, I didn't really like that, or I don't really want to do that anymore. I do a show and I'm like, when's the next one? You know, I'll be walking around campus, I'll have people saying, hey, good job, saw the show last night, well done. And it's just really uplifting, and it means a lot to have people at Baker and have that community backing you up and saying, hey, this is something you want to do, this is a passion you have, go for it.
If a student starts here and gets here, that's amazing to me. And if a student starts here and gets here, it's amazing to the audience. And it might not be as amazing to me as the student that made it just part of the way. I'm so proud of some of the student work that we've had, even on some of our shows that didn't get such great critical acclaim, because I know where they started from and where they ended up at. Of course, I'm really proud of the stuff that blows people's minds. And we've had a few of those. We've had a few which I would have put up in front of anybody.